you have $5,000 and you want to get something fun, something that people will look at you and be like, that guy is cool. These days, car market in Australia is absolute shite. You can't get much for $5,000. Now, compared 10 years ago, you could get a S13 with an SR20 turbo manual for $5,000. And those cars, right now, they are going for $30,000 each for a clean one. Now, $5,000, what would it get you? Nothing much. I used to be able to think that $2,000-$3,000 is a lot of money, that I could get a lot of decent fun cars, but these days $5,000 is a bit of a stretch. So I did what a logical person would do. I asked Reddit, and Reddit gave me some really interesting cars to look at. So in this video, we're gonna look at a bunch of cars, a bunch of hoopties, and I'm gonna give you my 5 hot take of what cars I would get for under $5,000 that is fun, cheap, and decent, and basically something really cool and something really fun, right? So now, a lot of people, they recommended the mighty AU Falcon. So the first car that we're gonna look at is definitely the AU Falcon. Obviously, we're gonna go buy the cheapest first and just filter it like Ford Falcon AU1, AU2, AU3, and we got over 2,000 cars for sale in the country. I don't think they are going anywhere, and hopefully they stay cheap because they are such a hoopty. $850 can get you an AU Falcon. $850. That's browsing through. You know, like you can get some decent ones for maybe like under $2,500. Maybe bargain it to be $2,000. You know, spend that extra money on maintenance, wheels, decent tires, maybe even welded teeth, and you will still have money left. Then you can use the money for something else, right? They are really nice cars. You know, like my aunt used to have one, and she used to pick me up from school. Man, they are comfy, right? So now, second on the list that people recommended is the Mini Cooper S. Under $5,000, it could be a bit of a stretch. You know, they are the cheapest. They are at least $6,000. Now, specifically the S, because you know I want that supercharger, right? The non-S is a bit they're a bit gutless, so definitely you even get one, definitely like S. Maybe you can find a cheaper one on marketplace and maybe, you know, like try to bargain it. You know what they say, what they listed is not what they sold for, so maybe bargain, like if this with that amount of case, I will maybe like try to bargain it for maybe like $4,500 and try to push that, and it will maybe stretch my budget a little bit to spend the extra money on maintenance, but they can be really fun. Right, next on the list is a Ford Fiesta XR4. Again, why do people say they can get this for $3,000? Where do you find these cars, man? I could not find it. Where do you find all these cars? Right, the cheapest is $6,500. Even I had a browse through Facebook Marketplace, I could not find one for $3,000 to $4,000. So if you know someone is selling this for $3,000 to $4,000, let us know, right? Because we will want to snatch them up. So the cheapest, $6,500. Maybe if I lowball. Now this, this and this, oof, this is a tough call, right? I would lean towards more of the Mini Cooper S just because they look a little bit more funky and they come with a supercharger, right? To have the same amount of fun with this is NA, so it's very hard to squeeze power from this. Now, I always go by the rule of power to weight ratio. I don't really care like how much power it makes, but I care more of the weight because the lighter the car is, the more fun it is. All right, so now, next on the list, I know this is a little bit eccentric, and you know, like the Volkswagen Bora V5, right? And it's not exactly, it's a bit weird. You know, the VR6 is like this. It's not really a V, but it's not really an 896. It's more like side by side, parallel. V5 is like 5 of them, and they sound amazing. Take a listen. They sound half Lambo, but not that fast. Now, I would totally buy this, man. Like me, I really like unusual cars. I like this kind of quirky, you know, Dark Demuro style kind of cars, and you know, like $3,700. Now, I would bargain to maybe like $3,000 and spend the remaining money on decent wheels, maybe suspension and some maintenance and exhaust for sure, because with an exhaust these cars sound amazing. I'm sure like the other countries call them Passat, but here in Australia we call them Bora. Now next on the list is a Volkswagen Golf GTI Mark V. Now 2-liter turbocharged DSG. It's a lot of car for the money, basically, right? I would get this for sure. This is like $6,000, and I'm fairly sure that I could bargain this to roughly around $5,000. Now, next on the list, it's a bit boganish, but if you look past it's a lot of car for the money, right? So I put Holden and Supercharged because there are a lot of different variations that comes with this engine. Now, if you like lanyards like me, I would get the Statesman, right? But if you like a little bit more sporty, I would get the Commodore. So VT to maybe like a VY, you can get a decent one for under $5,000. I would personally get the Statesman because I like lanyards, man. Like these, I sat in one of these and they are really, really, really comfy. You can just cruise through the highway lazily. The seats are extremely plush. They are really, really fun. I would definitely get the lanyards for under $5,000. And parts for them, they are plentiful. Go to any records, you can get any parts. You can get any parts you want for cheap. They are very easy to work on. I actually used to have a VT Commodore, right, the Series 1 with the ugly tail lights. I bought it for $300 and it has more than 400,000 Ks on it with a new engine. So they can be really, really fun. Like maybe even get some with LSD or maybe welded diff. Right now, next on the list, well, I don't know why people recommended this for under $5,000. I could not find one for under $5,000, and even if I could find one, the engine is blown, right? Unless you want a ornament for your lawn, why would you get this? I would not touch one. Ugh, automatic. Ugh, why would it come with these cars? You are meant to rev the shit out of them just because of how rotaries work. I will not touch one unless it has a really clear record that it has been rebuilt, right? So a decent one will set you right around like $10,000. 75 automatic. Ugh, nah, man. Right now, next on the list, Honda Accord Euro. Now these cars are amazing. They came with the K24 VTEC. So yeah, like if you can find one for like manual, low case, for under $5,000, they can be really, really fun, right? People drive these cars and they would not get any other car just because of how good is it. K24 VTEC, baby. Now speaking about VTEC, the next on the list is a Honda Jazz or Honda Fit, depends on where you're at. But the earlier ones, you can get them up for maybe under $3,000, and I'll spend the remaining money on suspension, brakes, wheels, and you will have a lot of fun on the track. Maybe an exhaust as well to hear that VTEC. So yeah, one of these under $3,000. Spend the remaining money on mods. Now next on the list. Why people even say Ford LTD? Like, I don't get it. Now, why are they so expensive? 10 grand, I can get a lot of different other better cars than a Calais version of a Ford Falcon. I remember this car being $2,000. Why are they $12,000? It's insane. You know what you can get for $12,000? A lot of other fun cars, right? You can get a Mark 6 Golf GTI for just under $10,000. Why would someone pay $12,000 for basically like a Ford Falcon? I don't get it. Oh man, like this is creaming my pants. I had two of these. Now, me being a die-hard Mitsubishi fan, the car that I learned driving, it was a Mitsubishi Magna Sport V6. The Verada is the fancier version, the luxurious version, if you will. I have a really soft spot for this. Now, this is the car that if you know, you know. Some people even swapped the 3.8 from the Mitsubishi 380, and they have a lot of fun with it. Man, $3,600. Oh, this is tingling my inside. Man, like low case, 3600. Oof, man, Series 2 came with the 5-speed instead of the 4-speed, and they are pretty decent. Now, they are awesome cars. They are really, like, if you can find the one with the all-wheel drive, slap a supercharger on it, man, like you will chop pretty much every single car on the road. Now, if you want a little bit outside of the realm of like normal cars, maybe a Volvo C30 T5, they come with the 5-cylinder, so you know they will sound good with an exhaust. Under $5,000, lower case, they can be pretty decent. Now these share the same engine with the Ford Focus XR5. So, and the Ford Focus XR5, they are pretty pricey at this point. So, you know, like this under $5,000, it can be pretty decent. Now, if you want more of like a Grand Tourer style, maybe you can get the C70 T5 as well. Same engine, same power. So for the C30, they come about 200 something ish horsepower, and they weigh just under 1400 kilograms. So it's actually a pretty decent power to weight ratio. With a tune, I'm sure you can get them up to like right around like 300 horsepower. So this and this, it can be pretty decent, right? You can put the roof down. They have the they have the hard top. So even if you don't want to have the roof down, they just look like a coupe. So 3500, decent case. They are super underrated. They are not very expensive, and you get a lot of car for the money. So, you know, like these these are the bunch of hoopties. Now, my hot take, I would definitely get the Volkswagen Bora VR5, just because, you know, I like obscure cars. I like stuff that is a bit weird. I like the V5 engine. They sound amazing. They're just not that fast. So this is the number one car that I'll take. My hot take, number one is the Volkswagen Bora V5. The second is the Golf GTI Mark 5, right? 2-liter turbo DSG. You really can't go wrong with it. It's a lot of money. I mean, it's a lot of car for the money. Third, I will actually go with the Bogan wheels. I would go for the Statesman, right? I just love lanyards. I love the car, I love the comfortness. Now, just because, like, you know, like my cars are not the most comfortable, and being in one of these is just. And the fourth car that I would get is actually the Honda Fit, because I used to have one for a short period of time. I've the second gen. They are really decent cars. I will spend the money on suspension, brakes, tires, exhaust, and hear the VTEC rev all day. I could smash through the gears, and I will still be within the speed limit. So this is like the fourth car that I will buy, and the fifth car that I will buy is definitely the Volvo C30 T5, right? And again, I really like obscure cars. I like cars that is not mainstream, not driven by most people. So this is like the fifth car that I would get. So if you have $5,000, now what car would you get? Let me know in the comments. I definitely look forward to it. Now, if you like this kind of videos, you can check out my other videos. I share a story about my crazy car adventures, my different cars that I had. So definitely check that out. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll really appreciate if you can show us your support by liking this video, subscribing, hitting the bell, or maybe share it with your friends, because it will really help out to grow this channel, right? Now, with that being said, right, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.